Hey everyone, and greetings from Radio Wasteland Records. It is time once again for our weekly check into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. Now, as you know, this coming Friday is Record Store Day, Black Friday, and with that comes just a whole lot of special RSD releases. We're not going to cover those in this video. There's other videos that will talk about that. Plus, there's just way too much, and with the whole Record Store Day event stuff happening, it's a little too tough to tell what record stores are getting what. Check with your local record store to see if they're getting the RSD stuff you want. We do that here, and we'll pass that information along. But little known fact, Friday is also a regular release day, although not very many of them are coming out. So we'll just do a brief video to cover the non-Record Store Day releases that are due for Friday, the 24th of November, 2023. Kicking things off is a brand new album from Ann Wilson. You know her from Heart, of course. This is called Another Door. Now, our description says that prior to starting a 2023 tour, Ann Wilson and her band Trip Sitter finished this album called Another Door, a record of all original material. This also marks the first time since the 1970s that Ann has written a full-length album collectively with a band. And Another Door also marks the first time in her career where Ann was the sole lyricist for an album. So the brand new album on black vinyl called Another Door from Ann Wilson and the band Trip Sitter, coming in at a list price of $25. Shouldn't be surprised by this as we wrap up 2023, but here we go. There's Nowhere to Go But Up, a brand new album from Guided by Voices. This description is also one for the record books, by the way. It says this record is massive and amazing. Nowhere to Go But Up is Guided by Voices' third album of 2023, and it marks their 39th album overall. The description goes on to call this a sprawling, wild adventure with virtually no choruses and just 2 repeated lyrics in over 40 minutes. So the brand new one from Guided by Voices, Nowhere to Go But Up, coming in at a list price of about $23. And wrapping up the non-Record Store Day releases for the 24th is a new one from Busta Rhymes. This one is called Block Busta. Double LP on black vinyl. Busta Rhymes is back with his 11th studio release, and this one was executive produced by Pharrell Williams, Timbaland, and Switz, along with Busta himself. As we mentioned, double LP on black vinyl, Block Busta from Busta Rhymes, coming in at a list price of $36. Not a lot going on the reissue front for the 24th as well, but we do have 3 artists represented. First up is Snoop Dogg, who just recently made a very major lifestyle announcement, but this is a reissue of Doggy Style. The description says that to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Snoop Dogg's multi-platinum Doggy Style, heralded as one of the most important albums of all time, Death Row Records will be bringing this back to retail stores with the original 1993 track listing on vinyl. This new 30th anniversary edition will include the track Jeezy Up, Goes Up, and Hose Down, which has not been on the album since its original pressing in '93. So there are 3 variations of this. A double LP on clear vinyl of Doggy Style from Snoop Dogg, this one listing for about $35. And then a green and black smoke vinyl version. He gave that up, right? This one also coming in at a list price of $35. There is a black vinyl version, a more standard version of that. That one lists a little less for $33. Next up are a trio of albums from Ringo Starr, 2 of those, by the way, being called a Yellow Submarine Edition. We've got Stop and Smell the Roses. This one was originally released in 1981 and includes contributions from Paul McCartney, Ronnie Wood, and Stephen Stills. This deluxe packaging, coming from Culture Factory Records, includes an OBI strip, a single album jacket, printed inner sleeve, and original record labels, and a specialty colored vinyl. This one, by the way, according to the description, is a must for all fans and collectors of the Beatles. So Stop and Smell the Roses, the Yellow Submarine Edition from Ringo Starr, coming on clear yellow vinyl, listing for about $30. Then we've got the album Old Wave, also a Yellow Submarine Edition from Culture Factory Records. This one was originally released in 1983, and critically it's known as Ringo's most overlooked album. Did not know this, but this was produced by Joe Walsh and Russ Ballard. This also includes a bonus track that has never been released before on vinyl. This package also comes with an OBI strip, and it is on clear and yellow vinyl. Old Wave by Ringo Starr, coming in at a list price of $30. And then wrapping things up from Ringo, we've got Live at the Greek Theater 2019 on yellow vinyl. This is a double LP of Ringo and his all-star band, recorded in October of 2019 at the iconic Greek Theater in Los Angeles. Featuring a whole host of guest stars on this as well. This double LP, as I mentioned, on yellow vinyl, coming in at a list price of about $40. Now, the rest of the reissues for this week are technically being released on the 20th and not the 24th. Not sure why they're doing that, but here we are. Most record stores probably won't get them till later in the week anyhow because of the holiday weekend, but you never know what happens. But we have got 8 albums of a total of 10 reissues on the way from Kate Bush. Now, the description really kind of gets into it with these, and it says, Kate Bush and Fish People Records are proud and excited to announce new pressings of all 10 of Kate Bush's albums. Now, the records in this release set are all pressed on 180-gram vinyl at the world-renowned record industry plant in the Netherlands. New lacquers were cut from the 2018 remasters, which were done by Bernie Grundman and overseen by mastering engineer James Guthrie. So some big names in that. All designs of the albums and covers are by Kate and feature new Fish People label designs, each of them coming on a stunning color vinyl combination and includes OBI strips with the pressing dates included. Now, as is the case with these big releases, I don't hold out a lot of faith that they'll all make it in time, especially if you're trying to get stuff from one artist, but here we are. We're going to break these up into 2 groups of 4. And the thing is, with these colored vinyl versions of the Kate Bush reissues, they're coming in fairly expensive. Now, there are black vinyl variations of these as well for a few bucks cheaper, but we're just going to give the list prices and cover the colored vinyl variations. So coming up, scheduled for release on the 20th, we've got Never Forever on Blade Bullet Gray vinyl from Kate Bush. That one listing for $45. Dreaming on Smoky vinyl. This is an indie edition as well, listing for $45. Hounds of Love, that's the big one, on Raspberry Beret vinyl, this one listing for $45 as well, and Sensual World on Ash Gray vinyl. This one also listing for $45. Now, all of these, by the way, are single LP editions. And as I mentioned, there are black vinyl variations for a couple bucks cheaper. The second batch of 4, we get into double vinyl, and these get a little more pricey. We've got Red Shoes on Dracula Red vinyl, that one listing for $61. Ariel on Goldilocks vinyl. This one includes a 24-page booklet as well, listing for $61. Director's Cut on Hazy Red vinyl. This one has a 28-page booklet included and lists for $61. And 50 Words for Snow on, well, Snowy White vinyl. This one has a 20-page booklet included, that double LP listing for $61. So again, these are just 8 of the 10 coming from Kate Bush. The other 2 are slated for release a little bit later in December. And that is a very quick check at the non-record store day releases coming for Friday, the 24th of November, 2023. If you're local and you see something you'd like, give us a shout here at the store. We will put in a pre-order and hopefully get it in time for you. It's a little tough telling, especially with the Thanksgiving week and all the record store day stuff happening. The shipping may be delayed by a little bit. But if you're not local, just head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, you can search all of this stuff. It's going to be a little tricky navigating because of some of the RSD stuff that may or may not be showing up on the website. But be patient and kind of dig through from there as you will. We'll also put a link directly to all of these releases in the description box below, so hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for you to navigate. So until next week, you folks have a great Thanksgiving, have a great Record Store Day, Black Friday, and we'll talk to you next time from Radio Wasteland Records. Thanks.